Six Star being picked, and I know in this league that it's not been the most commonly picked map, but no, we're seeing it quite a lot from me and Scav, so it's quite nice to see this map really coming into its own, and finally released callouts as well, so we actually know where these guys are, so we're going to look forward to see what they can pull out on this, as they're already taking points on P1.
A decent start right now from the side of Flat Tires. They've been able to gun their opponents off the point and gain some crucial control on P1. You'll love to see that right now from the Dallas Flat Tires.
Yeah, and they're going to have that control quite nicely, but P2 down on that right side, up by Big Door, dropping lamps. Yep, we got those names, and it's going to be Infamous having that initial control over to that P2, able to fend off the first wave of attackers, but New York, they're struggling to get there, and Dallas have this locked.
Here we go now, back onto P2. Now, the real good test onto the rotations from both teams so far. We're seeing Dallas with a fantastic rotation and fantastic marksmanship in winning their gunfights.
They have indeed. There has been a kind of almost a settlement saying that P2 is like a secondary money hill. P3 is the known money hill, but P2, we've seen John Device use that in Los Angeles Thieves versus the Vegas squad. He was able to fend that off over the rotation one and held his own, and you can see exactly that's happening right here as Dallas is eliminating everybody from New York.
With the exception with a couple of trades coming on both sides, it's basically just all white into the feed right now. Dallas absolutely having a field day with their Rival 9 and NCWs on the side of the New York subpar with great rotations, great map positioning. You'll love to see it. And ultimately, just straight up gunning down on the other team.
Yeah, Nuke's trying to fend off too. He's in a bit of a tough spot here, but he might get some reinforcements. Is that gonna be... Who's peeking here? It's going to be KMO. It's not going to be good for him, and Etho's going to fall as well. And already, Dallas are putting their foot down onto the site. They are keeping everybody off it. And Dallas are keeping the wave and waves away.
Ethan now trying to get into the point. Immediately shut down by Infamous and Triangle. Take a look at Infamous. 12 and 3. Right now on the board, really on a 3 streak, looking to make that a 4 with a cruise missile, carrying the weight on the side of Dallas Flat Tires. Although he hasn't soaked up all the time, he is soaking up the kills and doing a phenomenal job on the Dallas Flat Tires to really just get New York subpar off the points, ultimately bringing them up to nearly 100 points here on Six Star.
Retro denying that rotation, so maybe New York are going to finally stab the tires, because at the moment they're fully inflated. They are not flat at all, but the defense doesn't last too long as finally Ethan will fall and control briefly in New York, but somehow Dallas just keep finding a way back in, but it just grips away, falls away at the last second.
You're on the side of the New York subpar here. You need to get this hill, and you need to get time on the hill. You need to start winning gunfights and maybe talking about changing your strategy. These next 30 seconds are what's going to bring you back into the game, and you can see from the help of Ethan and Recon, they're doing just that. 24, now 22 seconds left on the board. It's going to be huge for New York subpar, not only to get this hill, to make that successful rotation in transition, gunning down the Flat Tires, and ultimately getting control of this highly despised hill here in Pool.
Talking despised, it is a lovely pool nonetheless, you know. The United Arab Emirates do provide some great quality water, but yeah, I do agree. As everyone has said, people hated Hydro and Modern Warfare 2 for the reason of the water. People don't like Subbase because of the water as well. And once again, we're here on Six Star, and again, the water being a problem, because when you're fighting underwater, your bullets don't travel as far, and that's the problem that it causes.
Yeah, and we're fortunate enough to be able to see the outlines of the players into the pool, just the white and blue. It sticks out like a sore thumb, but the other team, on the other hand, not really able to see those colors. I mean, it's just all blue. There's blur, you got bubbles going on in your face. It's absolute mayhem right now in pool on this point. So that's why I really think that this point is a really good measure to see who has accuracy and who has the best reaction time. Because again, definitely got some obstructed vision on this point, but New York subpar is persisting, getting that last 10 seconds of scrap. They've got themselves back in the game, Hyper.
I tell you what, when we first watched Six Star, a lot of the players were standing around the outsides of the pool, not really engaging to that center island. They were just playing to the edge. But now we're seeing the confidence from teams around the world going, you know what, we can actually take advantage of the water, and that's exactly what they've done. And what seemed to be a little bit of a subpar performance, the New York team has come back and clawed their way back into the fight as we go into the second rotation.
With the assistance of Retro and KMO, they're gonna get points control on P1, get themselves a couple of drinks and some kills to go along with it as as Dallas tries to make their way back in, break through, and take back the lead. There's been a lead change now for the first time in the game. New York subpar finally able to wake up through this full rotation. Dallas getting a little nervous here.
They're going to get nervous. They didn't have the tequila earlier, but they're having it now. Shots, shots, shots is exactly what they're doing as the rotation is going to start to come over to P2. And guess what? That's already Tranquil ready, prepped, as well as Nintendo also in position, but the outsiders are coming in. Recon ready, but no, nothing to convert. Ethan does find one on Infamous, so a small break, but not enough to push on, and Ethan once again will find another on a 3 streak. Can he push on, capture another on his surprise?
You'd love to see the persistence and the patience observed by the New York subpar, just sort of taking back, letting Dallas sort of take some time on point. About 15 seconds given away, all for just one successful push, evident now by Retro.
A very good push, and Retro is still going. He's on a 4 streak, and he is on fire, and he held them off brilliantly, but Nintendo does eventually finding him, denying the chance for the cruise missile, and the scrap points going to Dallas. Game nearly tied up once again as we head over to P3, the money hill, and already Retro and Ethan locking down the site. They're ready for what comes ahead as these are tight choke points.
Yeah, right now New York subpar with a successful transition onto the next hardpoint, onto P2. They set up camp successfully. Now Dallas tasked with eliminating them off the point and cleaning up shots, exactly what they do. Now in this nail biter of a hard point here on Six Star, evenly distributing around the map and just sort of spraying down New York subpar. You get to a point, New York, we have to really start winning those gunfights, but also cutting your losses at the same time and rotating D3.
KMO, bit in a sticky situation. He does fall. He nearly was able to contest the site, but still Dallas have control of the site. They've just lost it as they do try and make that rotation over to P4, and it looks to be a strong presence from the entirety of the team. They're going to allow, again, Scraps to go to New York, and it's going to be a one-on-one fight. Tranquil, I've just lost track of who it was, but I think it was Ethan, but Ethan does come in play and says, nope, that's going to be my fight instead, and it's all looking blue. New York have gained control once again.
Now the boys in blue now coming back and giving Dallas a taste of their own medicine. All blue, as you said, is precisely right in the feed. They're now leading by 10. Retro, KMO, just daggers right now in the damage on the side of the flat tires, making their current situation already worse. They've got a fantastic setup right now and sort of lining up like dominoes, Dallas flat tires, and ultimately shooting them down.
Yeah, the spawns aren't great, but you've already got Retro on the outside. He's going to deny the immediate push, so that's going to be great information. It's going to filter them all through the right side of the map and push them through pit cuts, and that is the problem. That's why Dallas was unable to really make any impact onto P4, so they're going to have to sacrifice and go straight for P5. Again, back in a wall.
Now you cut out for a second there, Hyper, but what I think he's trying to say is the fact that we're here now on pool. This is now P4. This is the hill right now where a lot of people tend to struggle, as a lot of teams tend to struggle the most on covering P4 on the hill is the island pool, P5. Players, guns are blazing, shots are going through. New York subpar can almost taste map number 1. and an insane comeback against the Dallas Flat Tires. But Nuke trying to make a statement here, make a statement right here, right now, get those kills, get those nades, but no, KMO is there to deliver these shots, and right now, the contest is going to happen on both sides. They can't win anymore on this point. It's up to rotations and gun skills to see who can win this game.
Yeah, back to P1 to try and finish this off. That's not the best place to do it. We all know P1 is always going to be a dogfight. And already you can see Dallas is there. They don't want them to get any more points than they can. So immediately Tranquil getting on the point, denying the push from New York. And New York needs to find a strategy if they want to win it on this point. I think statistically, just quick math, Dallas can't win it on this point either. So it's either going to be done here for New York or done on the next rotation on P2. But KMO, he's pushing onto the site. It's going to be Tranquil to defend one. He gets two. Tranquil has stayed alive just long enough, but no, he's died, and Retro's now on point. And that's going to be iffy. It's down to 3 seconds left, and somehow Dallas have stayed alive and kept it going.
You'd love to see it right now if you're a supporter of the Dallas Flat Tires, but you also need to take into consideration that rotations to P2 need to be nearly flawless. Never mind, the win is going to go to New York Subpar in a subpar, well, better than subpar style, as they just kind of jump into the point and absolutely unload their bullets onto the Dallas Flat Tires. I'm not going to lie, it kind of caught me off guard. I thought they had that point on lockdown and that Dallas would have forced. Teams are going to be coordinating a B bomb site, but right now, right off the bat, it looks like New York's going to opt for A, and alone there is Infamous, so we'll see how this can turn out.
Oh, a very cheeky pass. Has he heard the bomb? Has he heard the bomb? He has heard the bomb! Infamous! He's just denied the bomb plant. I was questioning because of the sound of the bomb, and nowadays it got quieter, but Infamous taking that first pick and really upsetting upsetting New York and their initial strat. It's down to 2, Ethan and KMO, and that bomb's in a horrible place.
You hate to see it right now. If you're on the side of the New York Subpar, it was a fantastic push towards a faulty read from the Flat Tires, but nevertheless, able to get the kill anyway.
Yeah, it's one of those, because they put out the smoke, they were using it as a tactical cover, but smokes work 2 ways, you know? It blinds them, and it also blinds you, and that was critical. Thankfully, New York was able to win out of a gunfight rather than necessarily planting the bomb, and that just goes to show what I said earlier. This is a map of mechanical skills.
Yeah, you love to see it too. You love seeing a team that, despite in the odds where bombs dropped so easily, the New York subpar, are still able to rise up and take care of the round for the boys that sacrificed themselves planting the bomb in the process. Not a bad round in coordination on the side of Dallas Flat Tires, especially with Infamous strategically positioning himself to get that kill off bomb planner. But then again, you got players like Ethan who don't miss their shots.
Maybe I should become friends with Ethan. Maybe if I play against you, I might be able to do well as, oh, Infamous has just taken out his own teammate. Oh no! What was a great start before has turned into a little bit of an upset. And that leaves now Dallas in a 2v2, because thankfully they were able to actually hit their trades. Oh, that's a bit of an upset start, but nonetheless, Dallas has still got the bomb, and they still have a plan.
Yeah, despite now being put in a really unfortunate situation, Infamous still was able to get his weapons hot and hit those shots, get those hit markers with his MCW. Ethan shuts him down anyway. That's bomb down, a 1v2 situation with Tranquil, looking to make a name for himself, a name for the Dallas Flat Tires, and clutching this. He's got 30 seconds to make a play and make it quick.
Yeah, and they know where the bomb is, and they're looking the wrong way. As Tranquil will get one, that's information given away, but no, the reaction time does come in clutch, and New York will be put in a second round of the board.
Yeah, it's great round on the side of New York again, highlighting Ethan. Ethan able to take care of both of those kills to end the round. You saw some promising kills from the side of Infamous on Dallas, but again, just wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough indeed. New York 2-0 lead. And they're looking kind of confident here, but this is early games, early doors. Dallas could pull out the wild card and show us something else. But one thing we're seeing, another A push. Is this going to be the same mistake as last time? Are they going to check God spot? Nope, they're going to check the garage, and Infamous will take down Retro off the start.
Well, New York made a rookie mistake of just sort of coordinating themselves and pushing exactly to where they did the last time they had bombs. So he's going to be sprayed off point completely. An early exit for Retro, but New York, being the great team that they are on Search and Destroy, slowing down the pace to their demand. Tranquil looking to get a pick off of an A push, but again, if you're New York, you're not gonna challenge that.
Nuked. You are not going to be pushing through that door. He is right next to one. He will find one. It's KMO falling, and that's a great pick indeed, and great information that he's just picked off. And then Ethan trying to fight back, but nothing for it, and it's down to Recon Elite to try and clutch a 1v4. 25 seconds left on the clock, and with the MCW, is there enough mobility? No, there's not, and Dallas will take a flawless round.
It was a great round on the side of the Dallas Flat Tires. Now we're starting to see why Rio is a Dallas's best map. You love to see the patience and coordination on both sides. I know they spotted pretty much all four of the New York subpar sort of pushing in towards that A-bomb site. But practicing patience and persistence is the key to success here in Search and Destroy, and it's exactly why Dallas Flat Tires won last round.
Yeah, agreed with all of that. As we will go into the next round. And you can see that the defending team, they do push up quite quickly onto B. We do see a lot of pros. They will go aggressive to the mid as well. Double peak will just lead to a trade. But it does clear one of the lines. Retro will get one. Will he find two? Because there is one laying on the floor. That's the bomb carrier of Nintendo. Unable to find the frag, though.
Yeah, so we're now brought down to a 2v2 situation. Make that a 1v2 situation. Trades are going to go through successfully. Right now, favoring the Dallas Flat Tires. Bomb's going to be on Infamous, but Ethan doing what he does best and getting kills, getting them well, and clutching up the 2v1 situation. It was unlikely, as I just said, less than 5 seconds ago, but Ethan is here.
If you need to rely on someone, call Ethan. He got your back. And exactly what he did. His timing and positioning was perfect. You can't write where he was. It was the best place for the best time. And because he had the long range weapon, he got them at range. 6-1. This man is near to unstoppable right now.
Yeah, Ethan really turning the tide on the side of the New York subpar, and I guess that's okay if you're on the New York subpar. You know, there's going to be some sacrifices that go on both sides, but Ethan primarily carrying the team throughout their kills. Dallas starting a little worried here. You might just lose map number 2 if you don't change your strategy and change it quick.
Ethan slides in. He does get in the DM, but he will fall at the same time, and a couple of trades as well, bringing it down to a 2v2. Bomb still looking to go towards B. Risky start, very a lot of corners to face. Recon will get one. Now it's down to a 1v1. This is where clutches have to be made. It's up against Tranquil. Tranquil not able to get a kill yet. And Recon, well, he's only got one to his name as well. So both sides really need to clutch, and information given away.
Yeah, information given away from both sides. You can see them almost run perfectly symmetrical on the map. It's going to be really interesting telling tale, I guess, to see who can perform the best under pressure right now.
Tranquil knows where the bomb is, so he's just going to hover in this position. Recon thinks he can try and flank it. He might be able to get a flank it. If he's got the advantage, he's got the early pick, and Recon will get it. And New York will bring themselves to 4.
It's an unfortunate loss on the side of Dallas. Sort of looked like what had happened there was both players, more so Tranquil, started to panic once he noticed he was in a 1v1 situation and sort of moved a little too quickly, didn't hold that position long enough, and you know, nevertheless, New York subpar made them pay for it. So now going into round number 6, New York subpar, you're 1 round away from map point. Dallas Flat Tires, you really got to consider your current strategy and change it up.
Indeed, and that's what they're doing. They're going slow, but looking towards that B site, initially going in. Nuked He needs to drop a nuke, really, to wipe out New York because of this point deficit. But does he have that information? Smoke going in, going to deny Retro any information. Retro will try and get the tags, but no one dies. That's rare.
We're going to see a great trade from both sides now favoring New York. Dallas being able to, now New York being able to get the last laugh. 2v1 situation again for the side of Dallas. Infamous, the 5 and 4 KD, looks like he has the capabilities to do it.
And it's going to be not possible for this time round. KMO going to defuse that bomb and get the kill as well. So a bit of double treats there. And a fantastic work from the New York subpar as they are match point and about to take the second map of this tournament.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if I was an infant, I mean, I'm no professional or no competitive COD player at this point in time in my life, but it seemed like he kind of just checked bomb a little too quickly there. Especially going through bridge is a pretty crucial and predictable spot to go through. So little mistakes like that on Dallas is really just starting to add up and sort of making them pay as it's match point. New York subpar, feeling good, feeling comfy. Now KMO rising to the occasion along with Ethan and Recon. It's looking really good right now for New York.
Yeah, they are rising up, and you got to then start to think in defense, what strategy can we put in? And Dallas look the strongest in defense, really. They've got great positioning. They find themselves in great situations at the start, but it comes down to those 1v1s and the 2v2s, those situations. That's where Dallas is falling. And plus, these aggressive pushes from Tranquil is not going to help as well, but Nintendo will get the push and get the peak, bringing it down to a 3v3. Say that again. Ethan will take one. Can he get two? No. Again, traded out 2v2.
Yeah, you gotta love. That's gonna be a second one from Nintendo right now. KMO kind of confused in a good old-fashioned game of Ring Around the Rosie. There goes Dallas Flat Tires coming back and winning their second round. It's gonna take a lot more than that though to bring home map number 2. Looked like Dallas was a little more strategically spread around the map and a little more patient with their positioning, sort of leading New York to make some crucial errors and allow them to have some trades in their favor.
Yeah, it definitely did indeed. I'm getting worried though. That match point, the pressure's on, but could this be a reverse sweep? Are we gonna have that dream? Are we gonna have the dream of the reverse sweep from Dallas? It'd be lovely, and I'm sure Texas are screaming for it.
Well, I mean, judging from Dallas's statistics, this should be their best map. I mean, the roles should be reversed right now, judging from how they've played throughout the season. But New York subpar, really making a statement and a name for themselves right now. It's not, it's definitely not unlikely. We've seen Fraser on Call of Duty, but this 2v2 situation needs to go in favor of Dallas for that to happen.
Yeah, they are pinned down to the side. It is going to be the bomb down, so that's going to help out a little bit, add more player. Nuked. Going to go into the 1v1 engagement. He has only one player to face. It's going to be then another 1v1 engagement and possible a little trap coming up. KMO found the site. He's going to give away his location and possibly his life, but no, somehow stay alive. Still 2v2, 27 seconds left on the clock. It will be that Nuked will get the kill. It's down to KMO. Dallas have an opportunity, but KMO snaking as much as he can. I don't think he'll have bomb. He's stuck in this 2v1, and there's not much he can do here. He's put himself into a peninsula, and that is not going to be the round for New York.
You gotta love the patience and resilience on the side of Dallas Flat Tires. This performance that we're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, screams we might be down, but we're certainly not out. Although there was one left, and although it might have just been tempting to rush the last player on New York, just sort of get the kill and chaw him as quick as possible, they didn't. And that's exactly why playing the waiting game in COD, especially on Search and Destroy, is the recipe for success. Now Dallas Flat Tires need to win 3 more rounds to complete the reverse sweep on the New York subpar.
I'm starting to believe. I'm a true believer.
All right, Hyper.
I'm getting into a bit of a musical
I knew it'd be a matter of time.
It was a matter of time. I was in a singing mood today, but nonetheless, yeah, there is a possibility and there is hope. But Infamous going for that long-range shot, not able to hit anything. So bullets flying past, but an information given away. Ethan getting the first pick against Nintendo, and Infamous eventually finding his shots, as well as Tranquil as well.
Yeah, this is not a good positioning right now if you're on the side of New York subpar. You can see now the number 3 player, Ethan, is trying to sort of slowly but surely make his way towards Recon, because them being alone, separated on 2 opposite sides of the map, there it is, right there. The pick. Information's going to be given to Ethan, but he's just so far away that he can't do anything about it. And running by Tranquil probably won't help either.
Oh,
there it
yeah.
is.
Trank had that for a piece of cake. He was like serving it to in a restaurant and going yum 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 and eating it all in one go.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of sitting there in a very unpredictable spot. It's a shame if you're Ethan, you know, putting on quite a show for the New York fans and just simply not being able to get it done because, you know, Tranquil's just sitting in a little bit of a cheeky corner there. But again, you'll love to see the persistence, the effort, the coordination, and the attitude of the Dallas Flat Tires, just really capitalizing on New York's shortcomings.
They are really finding their form. But again, this is another story of come the late game, they found their form. Why is it that everybody does that? Have a terrible start and then somehow come back together. But nonetheless, again, this A push will be in effect. And Nate doing a good amount of damage to Ethan. So what that means is that means one less corner to check, but you've still got to check because KMO is hiding in boxes and you've got to check there. I know it's easy to forget, but someone will always peek out.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very slow game of hide and seek right now as Dallas tries seeking out the players of New York, and they do it. They do it well. Bombkiller and Nintendo now in a bit of a tough position right now, leveraging his teammates to get KMO out of boxes.
He's done a good job of getting KMO out nuked, missing all of his shots and nothing coming of it, but at least he scared away KMO out of position. Retro peeking around in garage, able to get that first pick. Bomb is down and now 30 seconds left. It's going to be a lockdown, which they need. Recon nearly stopped shooting, but is this the round that New York lead? They are trying to fuse, and there's the kill, and New York, after a nail-biting scenario, will put the second map into this tournament.
It's a shame if you're on the side of the New York Flat Tires, but there's nothing to be completely ashamed of. It was a great comeback. Nevertheless, they brought it from 5-1 to 5-4. Great effort from the side of Dallas Flat Tires. It's just really unfortunate, too, because I thought for a second that they had the advantage where you turn the tide.
Yeah, you say a rush stack onto B is a common point, but also as well, going A, just capturing, getting that more time is another strategy that a lot of players are going to do, and that's exactly what they are going to do, is put a player onto A, go for that immediately, and that's exactly what they're doing. Look at this, an immediate start with the kills in their favor.
So a really strong start from the New York subpar. Trades are going to go through, but that doesn't matter. 2 ticks, and just nearly 2 ticks are going to be gained on A near completion with the assistance of Ethan and his teammate. New York's going to make capping those first 2 ticks on A look like a walk in the park.
It really was a walk in the park, and now they're going to try for the 3rd tick as well. Retro hiding inside, and they've got all the players around, and yeah, Dallas is just conceding it. They know now they need to set up and anchor in. They've got to hold down the cafe, and they've got to cover their angles. They're already getting themselves in great positions. Nintendo getting that frag onto Ethan, and Nuked on the opposite side, just holding down the fortress.
New York now with the life advantage of 23-21. Rare to see if you're on the offensive, but it's New York at the end of the day, and Karachi is their best map. So if you're playing on Dallas, you really want to start being a little more conscientious about your lives. Specifically, KMO playing back in Cubby, and I don't know, Hyper. They might be getting ready to put him in the blender pretty soon.
Yeah, the blender was about to start, but they were able to pull the plug very quickly. But Tranquil has just pushed his way through, and now on the edge of... Oh, the reload! The reload happens again, and that's unfortunate. I was going to make a point, Infamous just getting himself killed nearby their spawn. He was actually forcing the spawns to be quite north, meaning that they were going to have to go through top bed and through office and go through that path, making it easier for Dallas to defend. But unfortunately, with that player gone, it allows for more open strategies.
Well, right now, Dallas is doing the best they can right now to get some protection on B. Absolutely no progress made on B so far, staying within reach in the life deficit. Right now, you gotta love control coming from top AC and control coming from Tranquil. And Nuke sort of sitting back on B and getting those kills when they matter most. It's all white in the feed right now, ladies and gentlemen, but Retro might be changing that.
Yeah, I think it's going to go down to a TDM. There's not really much progression that has happened on the side of New York. They were unable to really gain much control. Retro is in position, but there's too many Dallas players around him. So they're going to focus on TDM. That's the position they want to go for because of the spawns. And that's exactly where they're going, right into the center of the map for the bloodbath. Nuke's going to have to try and fend off multiple people here. He does. He will pick up 2. And now it's down to 7 and 11. No, not the Storm. It is the time.
Yeah, a lot of increased confidence coming from the side of the Dallas Flat Tires with 14 seconds left and 6 lives. New York subpar, I hate to say it, but you got to get moving and get moving quick, praying that your bullets hit and you get those shots. Ethan, he's been doing really well the whole series. Hopefully he can do well here when it matters most for the team. Here comes all blue in the feed. That's 4 off on the side of Dallas Flat Tires. They're in the blender with 6.9 seconds left.
It's going to be a full cap. You've got to commit because they're all going to come 1 minute way. Recon will pick off 1 and they're almost capped on 3. And it's going to be a last second take. New York subpar able to clutch in the last second. They didn't go for the kills, but they went to the point.
I absolutely can't believe it. Just as I was saying, just as we were saying that it was going to be a Dallas win. Coming back from being at such a life deficit early on, they just sort of lost touch with reality for a second there and were introduced to New York subpar and their guns, melting them off point, all 4 of them off, being forced into backspawn and ultimately allowing them to clutch an unlikely round 1 here on Control.
That was a masterclass. When it comes to pressure, New York does not succumb to it. Dallas, 4-man stack onto point A. They're committed to getting A done. That's 2 ticks already. There's 3 ticks. A minute, just 10 seconds done, and they've already completed it. Wow. And now they have 2 minutes 14 to go and attack B. What a start.
You love to see the progress that was made on the Dallas Flat Tires. A now being captured. They're down in the life deficit right now. Ethan just sort of being annoying, playing monkey in the middle, just sitting in their spawns, getting some ticks, and really just causing a headache on the side of Dallas Flat Tires. Nevertheless, Infamous is able to take him out. But Dallas, you got a really quick cap on A, so if I were you and I was in this position, you really want to just take your time, use the lives to your advantage, and really just wait for that right moment to make a strategic push. You got 2 minutes to work with here.
Infamous and Nintendo are in a brilliant position. They're trying to go for the complete spawn trap here, and that's exactly what they're attempting to do. They did allow a brief opportunity for Dallas to push onto sites, but unfortunately, the New York team was just a little too far north to really capitalize on it. So Tranquil, as much as he's in a prime position and falls, there's no point going onto site because it will just draw all the attention back to them.
Take a look at where Dallas is right now. They're in a prime position for a group push, stacking with each other on Control. Usually is advised against, but nevertheless, they get some kills, get some crucial trades right now, and hopefully get themselves some much-needed time on B to change the tide of this match.
Yeah, that's already, I've just looked at the clock. Minute already gone. Like, that's gone so quickly already. We're down to 45 seconds, and again, no progression from Dallas. But we said this before against New York. Nothing was being seen at first, and then next thing you know, they come at the last second. So don't rule them out just yet, but they're going for the TDM situation now. But the capture is starting.
This is going to be your playmaker here right now. Nintendo looking to change the course of the match against New York, but he shot off point anyway. Retro doing his job, protecting the point with his life, but Dallas is still coming. Not 15-9, 27 seconds, and New York's looking to win round number 2 on their best map in the Call of Duty Rec League. It's up to Tranquil right now to get some kills and get on time. He's not able to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really big struggle. He has given Dallas a little bit of time, but they're down to 12 seconds. They need to put a foot on the point, but it's not going to happen. Retro is going to start denying, and it's down to the Flutter, the mess of Dallas. Can they and will they stop it? No, they won't. That's round 2 to New York, and New York are 1 step away from taking the series.
New York starting to really get a taste of what it might be like to complete a sweep against the Dallas Flat Tires, but as we saw just last map, Dallas is not a team that will just give up and quit when they're down. They're down, but they're not out. So hopefully they can sort of practice what they did last round, but actually come through and complete the reverse sweep here on Control.
It's almost like a 4th down. What do? Do you punt it? Do you go for the field goal? Nah. Hail Mary is exactly what they need to do right here, and that's what they are planning to do. Again, a large stack, 3 people on that A point immediately. Top AC is going to be the dangerous area, but that's been taken care of. So now it's just going to be people peeking from left and right. Ethan's going to get one, and so will Retro, and that's going to be going to be fully taken.
I mean, New York really just making this look like a pubs match, just dominating on Dallas Flat Tires, just showing up, taking A, leaving, getting kills on their way out, and still making the life deficit, or the lives on both sides neutral. It's up to Dallas Flat Tire, specifically Tranquil, sort of sitting on B right now to take care of New York. But with the
I think there's been a little connection problem. I lost something there, but if we're still here, Recon Elite's trying to find and fish out Nuke, but no, Nuke on this little speed of his own, getting 2, but finally getting taken down, disarmed. KMO getting that kill inside Red and Fire. But that B push is just, again, nowhere to be seen, but we've seen New York do miracles, and that's exactly what they're looking to do.
Yeah, and it looks like, sorry, I did lose you there for a second, my apologies, but Dallas Flat Tire is now up by 4 in the lives. They got 1 minute and 10 to defend B, but Recon looking to be annoying, stay on B, and get those kills. Tranquil takes care of them quickly and efficiently. Right now, it's looking pretty darn good for Dallas. They're spread evenly around the map, all angles covered, but really where New York starts to shine when the odds are stacked against them, especially on Control.
Agreed indeed. Look at this, Nintendo. I thought that was trigger discipline. No, I think he just didn't see the player, and he will fall, and that will allow an open space and maybe an Armada to come in. But no, it's gonna be Tranquil doing the defense, but gets taken out by Ethan. It is down and with pressure, but Ethan has this control, and now he has to wait for the backup because there's no point right now. He might cause a little tap to stop time. 30 seconds left on the clock, and now more pressure's put on as the White names will start to come in the feed. They will come strongly in the feed, a 10 life deficit, and now panic sets in.
Panic sets in, exactly right. 17 seconds excuse me, left right now for New York to make a decision and make it quick, but you have Nintendo with 3 kills, 2 kills in the feed right now, being an absolute menace in New York spawn, and really just being annoying until that timer counts down. This round is looking to be going to Dallas.
Ooh, Nintendo, get in that spawn trap. That's the exact situation you want in such a late game. Every time they spawn, they're going to be panicked. They're only going to go one route, and that's going to be the quickest way there. And that was done to perfection. Nintendo, hats off. You've just given Dallas a lifeline to fight back, but they need to bring the attack.
Yeah, Dallas, you have a lot of, it was a great last round, especially from Nintendo's effort to really solidify the victory, but you got to do more than that. It's an old-fashioned game of catch-up, just like it was in Search and Destroy. This time, hopefully you've learned from your mistakes and are able to complete the reverse sweep.
Oh, you did see the failed attempt at the trophy system,
yeah, that's right? Not a good start. That's really not a good start, Tranquil. Come on.
Yeah, not the greatest start, but the feed is looking blue, but it's already 1.5 ticks, but not enough to finish it off, and that's a great start if you are New York, able to fend off the initial push, and that first big push not working too well.
Yeah, take a look at New York. They've got Dallas on complete lockdown, covering them from all areas of spawn and absolutely spraying them. Not a single life lost on the side of New York.
That is crazy. Still going, 7 life gap. And Tranquil's got to try and find a gap. We know he has gaps and you know he can pull out some plays, but still, they're unable to do something. Finally, Nuke will take down Ethan. Maybe this is the comeback? No, it's still all blue. 9 kill deficit. And this is a disaster of a start because there is nowhere where they can go.
New York now making it look like last round was just nothing but a delay in the sweep here on Control, as Dallas is only able to get one tick on A. They're going to try to regroup, refocus, and go for B. It's a brilliant strategy, if you ask me, given that New York is all positioned on A towards the middle of the map. But now, here come the swarm of blue coming after Dallas, looking to close out the round and complete the sweep. It's up to Infamous now, but he can't do it.
No, the clock is still going though. The time is getting shorter and shorter. Nintendo, now he's going to do a job of clutching. He's on point, uncontested. Now he's got to build up the time. Retro's going to peek around the corner. Is Nintendo ready? No, he's not. 12 seconds still left on the clock, but the point is still being taken. There is second tick. Have they got second tick? I think the sound did confirm it, but it's contested, so we're unsure. KMO still there. Progression, there's confirmed. There is still hope to keep this game alive, and that's exactly what Nintendo will do. On point, they are still going. Last tick, there it is. They have another minute and a lifeline.
They're down by 5 lives right now, Hyper. With 1 minute left and Infamous already pausing the time, they really need to practice patience the most here and play for their picks. They don't have lives to mess around with and play with, but it looks like they can possibly win it. So if they practice patience, coordination, and have their comms on point, it can be another round win for Dallas.
It could be indeed. There's a lot of white players around. There's a lot of Dallas coming in, and they're going to do the stack. There's 3 people on it. They want it done quickly, and they've done it now. Dallas have brought it back to the final round.
Dallas showing to us all that they really blossom in times of mayhem and uncertainty. It's a great team to support. Actually, I take that back. Not the best team to support, because they put you in situations where you think that they're going to lose and you think that all hope is lost. But at the last second, they come back and show themselves why they deserve to be a spot in the CRL.
What's that? What's the medical condition called? Is it like superhero syndrome, something like that? That's exactly what Dallas is doing, where you put someone at the edge and then you save their life. That's exactly what Dallas is doing here. They're making us all think that they're going to go out, and they keep coming back just to fight for another day. Okay, they've lost 2 maps so far, but they kept us on edge and kept us going. So it's going to be, again, Dallas attacking New York, getting more ticks, I believe, to get that defending. But oh dear, there's a cruise, and that's going to really deny and delay the initial start.
On the side of New York right now, you're starting to get nervous because Dallas looks like they're on fire. While the cruise missile did connect, Dallas still hitting their shots and getting those trades where they needed most. Nintendo being one of them, taking out a crucial player like Ethan. They have a minute to get some time on A, and they're doing precisely that. It's up to New York right now to shut off this momentum, because it might be best if they do.
Yeah, realistically, you can see they were the last 2 attempts on New York to deny the full secure, but point A done, and already, oh god, that's a bad nade. Point B already under threat, and somehow Dallas have been able to move quickly. Pick the first tick is already done, and they still have great spawns and great opportunities. They are still on that point, halfway through point for the second tick, and they're gonna put a second player on there, speed it up. They want this round done, and they want another way to fight. It's gonna be an aggressive push. They've got to put a foot on the point. The second is running out. The feed is white. The feed is positive, and somehow Dallas has the map.
Absolutely amazing performance from the side of Dallas Flat Tires. This, if you're a Dallas fan, is what you wanted to see in Search and Destroy. A massive comeback with a sudden burst of energy. As I was saying when we were casting together alongside each other yesterday, the map, especially when people are just sort of going to just be spraying you from every which way. You got top and bottom, Rails, Top Gen, and G1 spraying on you right now with no cover other than with boxes and crates. So really, Dallas, showing up right away, getting 2 kills right off the bat, and 12 seconds to complete map number 4.
That's a good start as well, and I think Dallas is texting you saying, "Hey, we're getting this started up and running quite nicely," and that is going to be the start they want. They want to get those early points, just a kind of a little indication to say, "Hey, we're the boss. We're on this run. We're doing well," as Nuke will just shoot him directly in the face. Nothing more, nothing less. But rotations are looking favorable again for Dallas. Down into P2 is nearby the bottom right building. You just see it spawn up now. And look at that. White all around.
Yeah, right now Dallas looking to carry the same momentum that they had from that amazing nail-biter of a control match, and they're doing it just well right now. Dallas getting crucial control on P2. Guns, weapons are hot, shots are hitting, and right now New York starting to get a little nervous. Time to think about changing your strategy.
Yeah, you got to change the strategy now. Got to think of a new way in, because breaking Dallas was hard on P1. Now they've locked this down quite nicely. It just makes it 10 times harder, and it's not working all too well. Ethan in this very awkward situation. There's players to the left, players to the right, but Ethan does go for the aggression, but does not work out. Tranquil and Nuke, they've got this locked. That's them done. Oh, they're like, yeah, we're good, and the rotation's already coming around. P3, right side of the map, next to back tunnels.
Take a look at the side of Dallas and their KDs versus the side of New York. Not a single person on New York is going positive. They're all going negative or neutral. Dallas with 3 people going positive, 2 people going positive, 2 neutral. So again, a great open from the side of Dallas. Now New York looking to use their spawns to their advantage, get themselves back into the game, and hopefully close out this series once and for all.
Rotation in favor of New York, but Infamous, well, he's being infamous for sure, causing a little bit of mayhem and open up the door. You can see Kamo had to rotate away. There was not much he could do. He was in a compromised position. So that site left untouched for now, but it's going to be looking that Dallas is going to push back in. The reinforcements from New York is starting to come around, and New York are not giving it away that easily.
Yeah, they definitely aren't, but take a look at the point right now. 2 blue now getting pinch spawns, flipping in the favor of Dallas. You'd love to see it if you're a Dallas fan, getting those 15 seconds of scrap, but take a look at Tranquil. All alone, undetected now.
Yeah, but you can see Recon. Oh, that's why you can't see. There's a little bollard in the way, but now Tranquil steps forward, and that's then his position given away. So point again given away. New York providing the better rotation here, and again, look at that. They've got time, they've got money, and they're gonna lock it.
Look at Nintendo being sneaky on the bottom left corner of your screen, checking those angles before it's time with his assistance from the Dallas team to coordinate a group push and ultimately take over that point. The team kill obviously isn't going to help in this situation, but Nintendo doing a great job right now, getting little picks here and there to cause worry on the side of New York.
How did Tranquil miss him? On our screen we could see him, but he did not see the flat down player. Oh no, that was a missed opportunity for Dallas. A break that could have happened. Well, luckily they were able to recover from it, because Nintendo is on a streak. Three kills to his name, and he is coming in clutch. But I'm sorry, Tranquil, you might need to have a look at that replay and cry a little about what happened there.
Yeah, just when New York starts to think that they're going to make a comeback here and even the playing field, Dallas comes in hot, getting those last 15 seconds of time, and forces them to rotate, beating them on the rotation to begin with, and having a fantastic setup here on Subbase.
They're having a fantastic setup. New York have just found their rhythm to get some good strong pushes, good strongholds, but still Dallas are able to break them. Just these subtle breaks are able to tickle the points in their favor, able to keep themselves alive. But you can see once again, New York are in a great position. They're known for sweeping people. Their actual record is full sweeps wins, full sweeps loss. We have broken that today, and Dallas are coming for this revenge story, and they are currently winning the revenge story right now.
Yeah, definitely a historical game for the side of Dallas against New York, breaking some records as we speak, especially most notably on that control map. Now, New York, as you said earlier, settling in the rhythm. Now, even the playing field on both sides now, it's just going to be back to normal, back to where we basically started. Even playing field, it's going to be a measure now of who can get those rotations in, who can win those gunfights, and it looks like right now those gunfights are going to the favor of Dallas.
Dallas are pulling up their socks, waving the Texan flag high, and shouting, "Yeehaw!" Oh wait, no, that's Kentucky. But either way,
come on, Hyper.
hey, it's either way. They are still waving the flag proud. The solo star is doing them fine, and they are getting the kills. They are pulling pulling their socks up, and they're just able to pull the lead once again.
I have an early rotation off point. I'm a little confused here as to why there's nobody on time. New York subpar on the complete opposite side of a map, trying to coordinate a push. Never mind, we're back on time right now. Dallas favoring 153 to 115. New York, you're starting to feel this one get away. The reverse sweep could potentially happen after this map. You really got to look back at your comms, hit those shots, refocus to try to turn this game around.
True, and Ethan have cruise missiles. That is critical as well. New York have power plays in their favor, so now it's down to tactical usage of it. I think I just heard one in the background, so one been deployed just for information. No kills came from it, but they still have another in play. But Dallas is still going Tranquil in this very fine position. Not necessarily on point, but this is giving him great sight lines. But Retro is pushing in, and he wants to get a piece of this pie.
Yeah, Retro and KMO with the efforts, looking to retake this point and turn the game back into their favor. That's going to be all off right now on the side of Dallas. Now New York finally getting a little bit of a breath of fresh air as Ethan still going on rotation, then causing absolute mayhem and annoyance, headaches for lack of a better term, on the side of the Dallas Flat Tires, but that's okay. You still got some time to work with. You just got to make sure that you make the best of this new hardpoint hill.
Dallas gave away P2 very early. They were done. They were done on that quite early. They've got themselves set up and ready. They're not on point yet, but there are a few players just hanging around. They want to clear them off. That's going to be of KMO just on the edge. He will finally fall. So now control, and they can start to dig deep into the site.
Yeah, Tranquil now getting a crucial kill off of those crates right there onto New York, not allowing them to switch spawns now. Recon looking to try to make a statement, but no. Tranquil is still there and dominating on that crate. 203 to 143. Dallas cannot win on this hill, but they can get pretty darn close to it. And with the help of nukes, it's not looking too good for New York.
I do pose the question, is the cruise been used? Has that been done from New York? So they did have one in their pocket, one more in their pocket. I think it might have gone. No, Retro still has his. So there is still one more lifeline. 213 on for Dallas, 143, a major deficit. And already Dallas, they've got time. They can throw away sites, which is exactly what they're doing. P4 is their next option. This is where they can close, and that's the problem that New York have, is they can't give away points now. Scraps mean everything.
Yeah, despite the fact that Recon was sort of sitting back on the new hill and had both Dallas Flat Tire players on his iron sights, he missed the shots anyway and got absolutely lasered. Super frustrating if you're a New York fan. Speaking of super frustrating, Ethan getting the cruise missile on his own teammate. Even more frustrating, but Retro's on a 4 streak, and here comes his cruise missile to try to make a statement and end this momentum.
They're trying their best, but it's still unfazed. Dallas can still win it on this point. They can still bring the game. They have to be uncontested, and that's exactly what they're doing. 20 seconds left on the clock, and there's not enough time. 10 points left, and it's still gonna be Dallas's. Dallas are in a prime position. Infamous fending them off, and they might bring it for the first time with us. We're gonna have to hesitate for 3 more seconds, and I think they're gonna go for the rotation instead. No, they're gonna pick up the last remaining points. It's just not enough. They're going to have to rotate.
249 to 152. New York, you have to be absolutely flawless for the rest of this game, or 251, whichever comes first. Kills are going to go through from Tranquil to favor the side of the Dallas Flat Tires, but nevertheless, Dallas, they're coming in, and they're looking to pull off a reverse sweep for the first time in their career for this season.
My hand is shaking. The one holding the mic is shaking.
To finally come to an end of the series with 2 incredibly skilled teams here in the COD Rec League, then a search and destroy. The nerves are up for both teams, and I'm going to be honest with you, Hyper. The nerves are up as me as a caster, and I'm not even playing.
Yeah, heartbeat's going. If you had a heartbeat monitor going, it's probably going 150, 160. I probably need to get outside and touch grass. But nonetheless, I tell you, who does not need to touch grass of these players here. They've been grinding, they've been pushing. They're looking to drop down right into Nintendo's sight. Oh, they backed away. They decided not to go for it.
So far, the first kill being in favor of Dallas. New York already at an instant disadvantage right now. 3v4 situation with 45 seconds left to do with the bomb. Looks like they're going to coordinate themselves to a B bomb push, but on the other end is Infamous, who's infamous for getting kills when they matter most.
Yeah, it's Infamous and Tranquil as well. Sorry, Tranquil is on that side, and yeah, that's going to be interesting. Here's Infamous. Hello, baby. He just walked right past. That's going to be an opportunity. He knows there's a little grab for an easy kill. Retro will take down Tranquil, which is holding that DJ position, but trade it out. No Infamous wants to be the new DJ. No, it'll be KMO. Someone wants to be the new DJ around here.
New York now having the advantage because with 8 seconds left, they get the bomb down on B. Dallas has to make a long journey across the entire map, checking all these nooks, crevices, corners, what have you, to come home and clutch round number 1. But here comes Intenyo. He's right behind them and they can't see him.
That's great information. I don't know if he saw the second player, but that's the first one down. He's giving his location away. 1v1 Intenyo versus KMO. Will he get the peek? He'll get the jump. He'll get the kill. And then Intenyo will take the first round with Dallas. And what a start into this search and destroy.
Intenyo closing off the round in a 2v1 situation in style. Continuing that momentum on the side of Dallas, despite New York having that peak advantage. All alone on the B-bomb site. All angles covered. They still managed to lose that round against Dallas. New York, man, oh man, has this been a long night for you so far?
Long is the understatement. They're probably wanting to get this done, put it to the side, and never look at it again. Well, apart from, you know, reviews from the analysts and things like that. But after that, put it away.
I don't even think I would. Like, I don't think I'd review this VOD, to be honest with you. I mean, it'd be painful to watch, but it would be a little less painful if New York got a round under their belts, which is what they're looking to do right now with a great read onto a bomb site. That's going to be 2 now for Ethan, now leaving a 4v2 situation, now 4v1 situation. Tranquil now being all alone. Make a play.
He was very tranquil in that ball. He was loving the ball right there, but Retro just sliding into the DMs. He got over, he got 2 people again. Tranquil, he's got 2. Now he gets 3. This is a situation, it's come alive, and it's just become more doable. Not where he really wants it, but he is on fire. But can he find the next player? It's going to tag down Ethan a bit to a lower point. He is still alive. He'll go in. He could clutch this with an ace.
Oh my gosh. This is insanity right now. He might get the ace. He's got enough time to do it. He's even on the side of the bomb right now. KMO is shivering in his timbers right now at the site that he might have just been winning round number 2, but here comes Tranquil.
He's gonna check, No, he's not. KMO's not pushing out. He's not ready yet. He's just seen the face, but there's not enough to kill. But he's pushing him off bomb. Is there enough time to plant? No, there's not. So it's down to Dallas and Tranquil to get the kill, but he's away, and it will be just New York to claim that round.
Oh my gosh, man. That was an absolute insanity. Great work by Tranquil. I'm not mad if you're a Dallas fan. I would not be mad at all. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Textbook ace attitude. All it was sort of just discoordinate. I guess COD timing is a better way to describe it, because had Tranquil jumped on bomb just a little bit earlier, he would have been able to get bombed down. Obviously, time also wasn't in his favor. So a round of applause there for Tranquil and trying his best to do it. But New York able to take home the round that originally should have been theirs from the get-go.
It really, really should have been. But hey, you know, the way he played it, the way that it was just patient, that is textbook. Trigger discipline is key. Ethan will get Intenyo. Intenyo got a little bit impatient and decided to push up, and in doing so found the iron sights, and then finds himself in a sticky situation. Retro trying to get Tranquil. Yep, he'll do that as well. Bomb is in a prime position as well.
Yeah, Bomb is in a prime position, and they're going to be on A, get this A plant off after checking around the area. Retro was a little lucky there after going after and sort of pushing that engagement against Dallas, but he's rewarded anyway with the kill from that risk. 3-2 now in the live deficit on the side of Dallas, but it's okay. I mean, Tranquil almost just pulled a ace out of his pocket, so I'm not too worried right now if you're a Dallas fan.
I wonder how aces, like, attempts he has up his sleeve. We have maybe another 2, I don't know, there may be 1 more, but it's not going to be for a good side. Infamous and Ethan will get a kill each, and now it's down to them to really, Infamous and KMO, to really get timing, but it's timing is worst. New York captures Dallas with a mag out.
Let me tell you something, Hyper. I think that probably one of the biggest things about this game that frustrates me is the fact that you're not able to reload cancel. The fact that Infamous was simply reloading and could not cancel to make a swift escape is what bought New York the time they needed to get that kill and finish off round number 3. I mean, it is really frustrating, but these players do need to understand that you can't just be sitting in the open like that while reloading. You really need to make sure you get to cover whilst doing so.
But in doing so, it is more realistic. Once that mag is out, it's out. Like, you can't physically use the gun. So I do see COD's perspective. I do love the OG way. I will give you that. But the sense of realism is true, as Tranquil will get the first blood. And he'll start the little dreamy wonder that he had. Could he have got the ace? Would it have been? He say, she say.
Yeah, New York, excuse me, Dallas now on a coordinated push. Goes decently well with trades going all around from both sides. KMO looking to clutch up. He's not able to. Dallas now even the playing field. 2-2 here on 6-star. They honestly couldn't get any more closer than this. Both teams showing resilience in their rounds. Both teams hitting their shots. And both teams seem to really want to take this series home.
I just did a little dance here. You always love it when you have rounds like this, when you get a good close battle, because realistically both sides are not making major mistakes. Okay, there's timing that is unfortunate, but is that really considered a mistake? No, it's just unfortunate timing. These guys have pinpointed it well. New York, straight off the get-go, decided to do that nice rotation, change the sights. You saw that Dallas was getting getting some great pushes, being aggressive. So it's working on both sides. So it could go either way, but Tranquil, he sees, he knows who is there and who he wants to pick, but Retro will find Infamous instead, and that's the player that Tranquil's waiting for, and he still doesn't get him.
Retro being a huge game changer here. Luckily for Dallas, he's been traded out by Nintendo, but nevertheless, Ethan comes in and finishes the deed. 3v1 situation. Dallas looking the unlikely team to clutch up in this round, as bomb's going to be planted on A. But again, as I was saying earlier, Retro, the huge playmaker in that round, getting those 2 crucial picks to make an opening for New York to get that bomb down on A. Nuked, you're going 0-4. Now is the time for you to prove yourself to Dallas.
He knows where one is. Not fully. He knew that there was someone roughly on site. You know, you think about throw distance of where you can throw utility, and the remnants of that flash was there. So he had information, he just angled it wrong, but a brilliant location. It's not really much you can do when someone's aiming down sight directly at your head. So as I said, not much you can do about that.
Yeah, and from the assistance, as I said earlier, of Retro, New York able to take that round home with them. You love to see those coordinated pushes and that skilled marksmanship. That's where that accuracy training comes into play. That's where those constant ranked play matches come into play, especially playing on 6-star. You'll love to see it if you're on the side of New York, but Dallas, they've still got that energy going for themselves. 3-2, we've seen them in a worse situation. They can very well brush this off their back.
Dallas, free sight? Hello? Thank you very much is what they're going to say. No one dead, unfortunately. So it's a thank you, and it's brought down the clock time, adding more pressure. But in doing so, they brought themselves in a great place. Hello? Is this a ninja? Is this a ninja? Hold up!
Oh my gosh.
Ethan! No, you
No
are
freaking-
not
are you kidding me?
In Black Ops 3.
Oh
He's
my
just
gosh!
got the ninja
Are you
defuse
kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Ethan!
From one ninja and somebody who is known in the ninja community as one of the GOATs. Sir Hyperactive is giving you the hat of reward in a competitive game. You ninja defused in a pro game.
I cannot believe what I just witnessed. If you thought it couldn't get any better with this guy, he jumps in the middle of absolute mayhem and pulls off the ninja defuse as if it's a freaking pub's lobby. Oh my lord. I cannot believe it. They're now 2 rounds away from closing out the series. It's a tough pill to swallow if you're on the side of Dallas.
I felt like I was back playing Black Ops 3, playing Modern Warfare 2, playing all the games before I got competitive myself. and just trolling the community is exactly what they just did. And already that has caused a little bit of a little sign in the back of the head. Remember, always watch the bomb, and Dallas is doing that exactly. Bomb down south on the under, and they just need to find a peek up, but they know most likely the entire team is down at that A site.
Yeah, Dallas right now, again, we've seen them in many worse situations that they were able to pull off, but Tranquil doing his job alongside with Nuke. Couldn't find the second, but it's okay because it's a 2v2 situation, and with 24 seconds left, New York's just sitting on bomb and waiting for Dallas to creep up. They're going to take a risky move here, but risky plays turn into rewarding victories, especially in these situations.
Yeah, look at Infamous. Oh, no, he wasn't around the corner enough. No, he is around the corner enough. He's going to get a pick off the bomb, and that's going to give them a round. Dallas have done a fantastic job. There's no time to plant the bomb, and that's the round back in the favor of Dallas. That's exactly what they need after being ninja defused.
You'll always hear me say when I'm casting in games with Hyper that the #1 priority, if you're in such a situation in Search and Destroy, is sticking together with your teammate. You want to be able to get those successful trades out should you be the one who's killed. Dallas took a risk there and completely split up on opposite sides of the map with little to no intel as to where New York was. And just like I said earlier, with big risks comes high rewards. And in this case, the high reward was Dallas running away with that round.
I genuinely do not know what to say. It's going to be a B push. Only one player there, but that's information nonetheless. It hasn't triggered a full rotation yet. So this might be favorable, but no one has fallen. So that's not great on either side as well. Not a free site like before, and they don't want to make the same mistake as before where they got ninjaed on B.
Yeah, you see now New York has a slowed down a little bit in their pace. Dallas being in the middle of the midst of it. Ethan using the pool to his advantage. Nintendo is not going to get the bomb down. 4v1 situation. Here comes game point. New York, you must be fired up right now.
I'm fired up. We're fired up. We are on to match and game point. We're getting there for the second time. New York has been in this position before on Control, but they whiffed it. And that's exactly what's going through their head right now. They're going to remember Control. They're going to remember how Dallas came back. And that's going to run through their head.
To that, I also say, Dallas has been in this situation before. Just 2 maps ago on Rio. They almost made the comeback. They weren't able to do it. We'll see if they learn from their mistakes.
Dallas gonna lose one off the get-go. Not the start they want to have. Bomb is attempted to go down. Is it gonna be caught out? It's gonna be now in favor of Dallas. 2 down, Ethan and KMO falling, but it's gonna be more favorable. They're gonna make the comeback. Recon is left. Recon is the only one to clutch, and he has to make a 3-piece here. He has to pull something out. He gets one. Infamous down. There is 2 left. Nintendo and Nuke, but where are they? In his eyes. We know where he is, and they pop out of nowhere. Dallas keeps it alive.
Yeah, absolutely amazing on the side of Dallas. You gotta love Nintendo's strategic position there. He heard the shots, got the intel, and knew that New York didn't really know exactly where he was. So, able to jump on him, get those kills. Dallas, 2 more rounds, and you've completed the reverse sweep. New York, 1 more round, and you can turn off the game, go to bed, and get rid of this nightmare.
Oh, I'm sure they're wanting to do that. They are so wanting to do that, but Dallas is fired. They're ready. They're coming with fight. They have the bomb this time round. Information is going to be key. They're going to have a lot of intel here, a lot of hit markers, to say the least. But they're gonna take it slowly, drop in a double peek, no kills. So they stay alive, but they have control of under. A trade goes out, a face for a face, 3v3. And is this gonna be the 11th round, or is it gonna end on 10?
Yeah, you can see now both teams are starting to slow down the pace. 3v2 situation, Dallas. The pressure is on Nintendo and Nuked. Nuked gets 1, evens the playing field.
Really slow and steady. Peak round. It's going to be a no kill. Yes, it is going to be a kill. Ethan takes his time, but Nukes will get the trade. Down to a 1v1. It is down to the wire. He doesn't have bomb. So Ethan will know. And it's going to go to round 11.
Nuked had only a handful of kills up to this point. 4 and 7. Being the anchor on the side of Dallas, but he came back, nevertheless, came in and clutched up when it mattered most, getting 2 kills to finish off the round and bring it to a game point, match point. Dallas is on the verge of completing a reverse sweep. New York, this is the worst possible situation. You only have 4 lives to play with, and that's it. It comes down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. This is the COD Rec League.
Round 11. This is all you can do. Infamous puts down his controller. And he is done. Nothing he can do but watch. Ethan nearly gets taken out. His controller stays in hand. He knows the information. They know it's going to be a B play. Still cautious down on the south side of the map in case there is any quick rotations. Bomb going down.
Look at
Cut
Nintendo.
the clock down.
Look at Nintendo.
44 seconds. It's
Nintendo.
gonna be from behind. No.
It was working for a few seconds.
Tranquil though. Tranquil will get 1 and will keep his life as well. It's gonna be down to oh god, the name confused me. It's down to a 1v2.
Bombs down.
It's in favor of Retro. They don't know where it is, but 1 can defuse. 1 can go and sweep around. There's going to be down to the wire. The smoke is down. He knows he's in there somewhere. The knife will come in. There's a matter of seconds.
They got it.
Kill, but the time of the clock isn't going to be enough.
He's going to get it.
To the wire.
He's going to get it. He's gonna get it with 0.1 seconds. I'm out of my chair right now, Hyper. Dallas has just pulled off the reverse sweep to take home